Last week we told you about dozens of Central Oregon motorcyclists traveling across the state, honoring veterans who were prisoners of war and those still missing in action. Max Goldwasser has an exclusive look at what the ride was like.
999. That's the number of veterans from across the state of Oregon that are still missing in action from World War II until today. 16 of those names are honored here at the Bend Veterans Peace Memorial, with an additional person who had his remains recovered and returned to his family. That was the whole point of last week's motorcycle ride, to show all of those veterans, in addition to those who were prisoners of war, that they will not be forgotten. A symphony of engines rumble as dozens of motorcyclists cruise along Highway 26, known as the POW MIA Memorial Highway. These riders honoring the very people whose sacrifices paved the way for this to be possible.
We want to know that if we were ever missing, nobody'd forget us. They'd come looking.
The ride began in Bend last Friday and lasted through Sunday. Motorcyclists made their way to Seaside and then went all the way to Ontario, with pit stops along the way in Prineville, Madras, and John Day. Riders traveled more than 1,000 miles during that 3-day round trip, and one of the organizers called the experience pretty exciting.
It's like the Veterans Day parade down here, is what it felt like to me. The streets were lined with people waving flags at us and waving, and they were just glad to see us. There's some good people out there.
At its peak, Ray Rose says there were about 80 motorcyclists traveling together. Each rider paid a fee, with all the proceeds going toward the Oregon Veterans Motorcycle Association. Rose said the ride raised more than $4,000 to help veterans in need.
We try to get them some cash right away to help them out, pay a bill that they are having trouble with, or something like that.
At the end of the route, a rainbow glowed in the distance. Their presence commonly referred to as a symbol of peace and serenity. Rose called it a symbol of hope.
We had completed our mission, and to see that rainbow was neat.
Rose says it's crucial to keep the memory alive of all POWs and MIAs, and that's why this year's first ever motorcycle ride across the state may become an annual event. In Bend, Max Goldwasser, News Channel 21.